Hi everyone, welcome back to JPWHUTV. My name is John, your host as always. Today's video is discussing the post-match reaction to West Ham 0, Watford 2. So let's jump straight into it. As always, talking about the team sheet, exactly the same as it was against Fulham, with Fabianski in goal, Zabaleta at right back, Balbuena and Diop at centre back, Masuaku at left back, with Rice and Noble in the midfield, and we had the wingers of Anderson and Snodgrass, with Hernandez, aka Chicharito, and Antonio, I should say. So I already said Anderson. Antonio up front, and on the bench, exactly the same bench as last time. So we have Carroll, Adrian, Zande Silva, Diangana, Ogbonna, and Andy Carroll. So yeah, you know, it's a good, very, very strong squad. There is always a very good argument that you don't change a winning side, and it was right for Pellegrini to do that to a degree. I did say in my preview video, if you want to watch it, click on the card up here. But I did say in my preview video that I would like to have Cresswell and just have that little bit more of a defensive stability than what Masuaku can offer. And to be fair to Masuaku, he didn't have a bad game. He didn't have a great game either. There was a lot of poor performances out there today, a lot of average performances. It was the old West Ham out there today. I did say in my previous videos that we were going to slip up at some point. I didn't know where it was going to be. Today is the day, unfortunately. Very, very bad decision making from Lee Mason. A lot of stuff that went Watford's way when it shouldn't have done. Lee Mason, I'm not making excuses. We weren't good enough, as I said. Watford played very, very well from their point of view, but a lot of things were unbalanced in terms of refereeing decisions and also linesman decisions as well, for that matter. But as I say, Lee Mason did not know how to count by the looks of it, because both free kicks that Watford had in the first half, they were short. I don't care what anybody says, including the geezer that has been commenting on my tweet, to the FA, saying they need to investigate Lee Mason. The first free kick was 7 yards out instead of 10. The second free kick was 8 yards out of 10. Yet bizarrely, when we had a free kick in the second half, it was 10 yards. Work that one out, guys. I can't. But as I say, you could count on the one hand how many good performances there were out from West Ham today. It was terrible. I mean, Fabianski did well. I said in my preview video as well that the two players we need to keep an eye out on, and it scares me when these two players run at us, were Troy Deeney and Deulofeu. Deulofeu got the second. Troy Deeney got a penalty, and the reason why it was a penalty is because it was a last-ditch defence attempt by Balbuena, who unfortunately is now injured and was replaced by Ogbonna on the 36th, I think, 37th minute, something like that. But yeah, as I say, it was a very, very nervy performance from West Ham right from day one. We looked nervous. We looked like we didn't know what we were doing to a degree, a lot of the time. It was awful to watch. But at the end of the day, we're 24 points from 18 games in now. We're one game away from halfway, and as I said, there will be obviously the preview of the Burnley game, the Southampton game coming up, and there will also be a video of my thoughts on the league so far now that we're halfway through the season. That video is going to be coming up after Boxing Day. So keep an eye out for that. As I did say that Lafayette was a player that we needed to keep an eye out from, and he had so much space. The spacing throughout the game in general was poor from West Ham's point of view. Absolutely bunching up, not switching the play enough, not realising where players were. Players were very slow to react. From my opinion, for the majority of the game, the only decent players that were out there that were in the starting 11 for me was Snodgrass. He had a very, very good game again. Anderson played okay, not to his usual standards. Declan Rice had a very good game, but not again to his usual standards. Antonio tried as lot as he could, bless him. So as did Masuaku. Balbuena, I feel sorry for. I can't say because he didn't complete the whole game. Issa Diop was one of the best players out there today. He really is showing why he's such a talent, and why we're going to really struggle to keep hold of him in the next few years. But as I say, in terms of everything else, the penalty scored by Troy Deeney was very good. He wound the player, a lot of our supporters up in the Bobby Moore lower afterwards were taunting him, mostly because a lot of the guys were giving him grief beforehand. So even though I don't agree with what he did, I understand why he did it, because at the end of the day, if someone's going to give you grief, you give it back to them. The best way for an opposing player to give grief to somebody is to score, especially a penalty, and a very well taken penalty. Unfortunately, Fabianski went the wrong way, and bang, 1-0. And as I say, it's the second half. Deulofeu charging down the left hand flank, and just boom, straight in, 2-0 with a few minutes to go. I will, as I say, I'm not blaming Lee Mason solely for the performance in any shape or form, because as I say, Balbuena went off injured and Ogbonna came on in his place, and to be honest, Bob didn't seem to do quite a lot. I mean, it was difficult to tell, but as I say, you know, it wasn't the best of performances out there today. Guys, put your comments in the comments section below about what you feel about the performance. Do you feel that there was anybody that needs to be singled out? Not that I want anyone to be pointing fingers. I mean, as I say, but just in terms of the players, Diangana came on for Hernandez. Hernandez had two very good opportunities to score in the second half. One was prevented by Ben Foster, who is a great keeper. He made some fantastic saves for Watford today. You can't disagree. You know, you can't say he didn't. But there was a point where Hernandez could have scored, and he didn't. He was basically taking on players 2 or 3 yards out and fluffed it both times. Carroll came very close when he came on for Noble, because at that point in the second half we looked like we'd switched down to a 4-5-1 with Hernandez up front, which is why he wasn't playing all that, getting all that good service. When Carroll came on, it seemed to boost up a little bit, but it still wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was painful to watch. But I love West Ham. I really do. I know I said we were going to slip up at some point. I really said that, and today was the day. We should have played better at the end of the day. We really should have played better. But anyway, as I say, I don't want to turn this into a rant video. I really don't. But there's not a lot of good things to talk about. We had our chances, of course. Couldn't finish them. I think we had 18 shots and 7 on target. I think it was something like that. But it was the ball just wasn't going in. We had a few times where the balls were just bouncing around the framework and going out. That was it. You know, it was hard work. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new around here and you like what I'm doing, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bells to get first dibs on all the videos. Please, if you feel I deserve it, please click the like button. Guys, as I said, put your comments in the comment section below. I want to know what your thoughts are on everything. And also, please share this video with anybody that you feel may want to watch it who doesn't know about the channel. So thank you very much for your time. We're almost to 620 subs now, so thank you guys for that. As I said in the previous video, when I started doing this at the beginning of last season, I couldn't imagine that it was going to be to this level. I really couldn't, with your support. You know, there's Jonathan Tagg and Jimmy that are starting to talk to each other in the comments. It's great, it's good. You know, it's nice to get, as Jimmy said, the MCM, the multi-continent mob. So you know, it's good that people are starting to interact. Bob, the more the merrier, guys. It really is good to see you all putting your comments in there. But as I said, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. There will be a preview video coming up for the Southampton away game, so keep an eye out for that. That'll be coming up on Christmas Day, because obviously, so actually probably Christmas Eve, to be honest, because we're playing on Boxing Day away. So thank you very much for your time, and I will see you guys very soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.